YouTube, what's going on? Wow, it's the preview. It is the preview. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Fellow LFC fans, this is gonna be insane. This is gonna be emotional. We need to take everything we got to get those 3 points. We have to. We cannot draw. We cannot lose because those apparent sharks, yeah, they're swimming right up our behinds. We need to take everything away from the Emirates, and it's going to be difficult, but we are very, very capable. But listen, let's move on. My first ever live stream, simply because it's too late to make a video and upload it. The game is tomorrow. I just thought, you know what? Let me try a live stream and see what happens. You know, maybe we just do these in future, because planning time to put aside to do videos and let me just try and live stream. Right, without further ado, let's move across from the preview screen to another preview screen. Literally, there you see it. Arsenal, the home side, versus the away side, Liverpool, from the Emirates, and our nice blue pitch with Sabazalai in the background. Brilliant. But listen. We are gonna first start off with Klopp's side, the team that I think Klopp is gonna put out to play Arsenal. Now, here goes, guys. So first and foremost, the superb Alisson. Left back, where it should be, Gomez, really and truly. VVD, ooh la la. Konate, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Curtis Jones, Wicked McAllister, Big Mac 10. So boss, I lie. He is the boss. Diaz, Nunez, Jota coming through the middle. And we know those Arsenal, we know the Gunners, they do not like Arsenal. Arsenal do not like Jota. They hate him. They fear him. Imagine. It's gonna be great, and I reckon he's gonna score. But listen, this is the team that I think Klopp's gonna put out. Now, some people might say, oh, you know, Trent coming back in for Conor Bradley shouldn't really happen. You know, I agree, it shouldn't really happen. But this is Klopp, and I think with Trent being fully fit now, I think he's just gonna do it. I was surprised in the Chelsea game, because I thought he was gonna play Robertson now that he's fit at left back, and I thought he was gonna sling Trent back in at right back because he was fit. The only thing I'd say I think the Chelsea game was a little bit too early for Trent and probably Robbo. Now, I wouldn't even be surprised if Robbo started this game, but he shouldn't start. Gomez 100% should start this game. He should 100% start this game without a shadow of a doubt. Should Trent start? I think Trent would be great if we bring him on, if we use him, because I don't think Martinelli's going to start. And even if Martinelli starts, right? Even if Martinelli starts, I feel like a full strength Trent and a full strength Liverpool, and I mean like energy wise, not, you know, 60 minutes, 70 minutes. I think we will be okay. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. Konate down there cutting him off. You know, Trent's there as well. I think those two can deal with Martinelli if he starts. I'm more concerned about when Martinelli comes on, if he comes on, right? He will come on for sure. Why wouldn't he? Now, if Conor Bradley starts, I feel that's good. Obviously against Martinelli, if Martinelli was to start. Now, if we bring on Trent, I think that's good as well, because Martinelli, it will be like a 70% Martinelli, you know, or no, sorry, about 30% Martinelli energy wise. It won't be as, you know, he'll be more tired when Trent comes on, and Trent will be full strength. So I think Trent could deal with him if it was the reverse, Trent Martinelli's been playing, then Trent comes on halftime or 70 minutes, as opposed to it being the other way around. Trent's played 70 minutes and then Martinelli comes on on 70 minutes, and he's running around the tired Trent. So either way, providing Martinelli, I'm quite comfortable. I'm quite comfortable if Trent starts or not. The only thing I would say is I think Conor Bradley is much more willing. The desire is there, and I think he's better equipped. And defensively, smarter, potentially, in dealing with Martinelli. Also, I think Martinelli has a little bit of a mental edge over Trent, because of past games where Bradley, he knows nothing about how Bradley defends. What he does know from the experience and when they met up recently is that he's hard to get past and he got shut down. So if he does come up against Bradley, he's at a mental disadvantage this time, because he's thinking to himself, wow, you know what, I never got past this young buck. Like, this young buck's kind of quick. He just tore Chelsea apart and banged it. I don't know about this kid. So he's gonna have, he's gonna what's the word? He's gonna think. He's gonna have thoughts about it. He's gonna overthink it, and maybe even doubt himself, which is kind of what we want, really. So I'm content with Trent starting, but I think that's what Klopp's gonna do. I think that's gonna be the back line. Definitely think that's gonna be the back line. Midfield, Szoboszlai, happy with it, 100%. McAllister, happy with it. McAllister last game was immense, fantastic, the best I've seen him playing in a hell of a while. Mac 10 was macking. He was just insane. I feel like that is his best game I've seen him play for Liverpool so far in that DM role. Although those of you that have been peering here and there on my videos and whatnot, you do know how I feel about the 6th role. I do like Endo's style to it, for sure. I'm not against Mac. I think Mac's brilliant, right? But there's something about Endo's play which I just really, really like. I really do like it. Simple 1-2 touch, moves it left and right. Doesn't hang on to the ball for so long. No riffraff. We've got other players around him to deal with it. So it just makes everybody else's life easier, whereas Mac can kind of hold on to the ball too long, options close down, players gets a bit, and he does get caught out from time to time. However, it's just my preference of a DM and how I like my DMs to move the ball around, and that is 1 and 2 touch, keep it simple, short, sharp. And he's also he's a snappy little player. Endo, he gets in there, he's at your ankles. It's got a bit of Mascherano in him, old school Mascherano, where he lets you know he's there, nipping at your ankles. He shuts down spaces, but as I said just a little while ago, Mac 10, if he continues to play like he did last game against Chelsea, I can't even knock him. He has to play. So yeah, Jones, very happy with Jones on that left side. Very, very, very happy. Yeah, can't fault him. He's been immense since coming back, barring the injury, and then he's returned from the injury and he's been brilliant as well. Really, really, really locking down that left side midfield. Szoboszlai, I really liked his performance against Chelsea. 100%, I liked it. Hard working, very protective, but also pushes on. Got the goal. Guy can header. As some of you again also know, that my comparisons to Jordan Henderson, it is what it is. That's just my belief. I do feel like they are similar. They have a similar ilk, but the bar for Szoboszlai is way higher, and he is naturally more attacking wise talented in the third half, the third quarter of the opposition's pitch. Like, he is definitely more you know, attacking and more talented. So yeah, I'm happy with Szoboszlai playing there. I tell you what, I would like to see. I would like to see this at one point, maybe with our Conor Bradley in at right back. That could be interesting. So yeah, I'm content with it. If Klopp chooses this side, I'm content with it. I ain't gonna lie, I'm content with the strikers. You know, Nunez has been apparently he's got a boot. He's wearing a big hospital boot. He picked up a little injury in the Chelsea game. Didn't want to look. Apparently his foot was a little bit bloody and swollen. We heard that in Klopp's press conference. He'll play. We're trying to get Arsenal a little bit shaky. Is Nunez gonna play? Isn't he gonna play? Is he gonna play? Kind of, you know, maybe mess up their team talk or whatever it might be, their team plans. Do they prepare for a Nunez? You know, do they play a certain player on the right side? Do they play? Obviously, they're gonna play Saliba and the other one in centre back, but. Yeah, but it's just I'll be surprised if Nunez doesn't play because of that, or isn't even on a bench. Maybe he doesn't start. Maybe Klopp has something in mind. Maybe Klopp doesn't want to play him. Maybe he wants extra energy in the second half or towards the end. I mean, Nunez is playing very well from the start for a full 90 minutes. He's hounding opposition. He's bullying defenders. He's bullying left backs and right backs. He's clapping shots at the goal. He's doing everything a striker can do. But listen, we're gonna add. As you know, we have the Klopp subs. You have the Angry Birds, and we have not that one. Where's it gone? Subs, injury list and injury list. Right, so we're gonna add on the substitutions, the subs bench. Obviously, Gakpo, Gravenberch, Thiago, Harvey Elliott, Robertson, Conor Bradley, Quansah, Bobby Clark, and Calvin Kelleher. These are there you go, Calvin Kelleher. These are the substitutes the subs that I feel like are going to be on the bench for this game. And probably more Klopp, but I feel like Klopp's going to choose. Probably going to be the same for me because our injury bench, it doesn't really help. Obviously, Salah's injured, Tsimikas, Matip, Doak, and Bajcetic. The Angry Birds, Endo, Wataru, McConnell, and Owen Beck. Basically, Angry Birds, for those of you that don't really know it, it's kind of players that are in and around the subs bench, didn't quite get used and kind of just been, you know, edged out by somebody else, etc. So obviously Owen Beck was on the bench, not last game but the game before that, so he's kind of on the peripheral. A few others like also Anyonyi, Cade Gordon was in around it, Luke Chambers too. So that's pretty much what that is. Obviously Endo lost in his semi-final with Japan, so he's on his way back, unfortunately. Bad luck to Japan. Who did they play? I think they played Iran, I think they played, and Uzbekistan are playing. I can't remember who Uzbekistan are playing now. But yeah, he's on his way home, so you know, obviously, you know, that's kind of why he is there. But eventually he'll move him to the match day squad. So it'll be very interesting when a few of our, you know, say when Tsimikas is back and Salah's back, Salah may be back next game or the game after that, then it gets really techie for the bench, because, you know, who drops off the bench? It's going to be, I imagine, probably in a young guy, Bobby Clark. He's probably going to have to make way for at least one of them. And, you know, Salah's definitely going to start, which means, I mean, if Salah's starting, it's going to push either one of these three back to the bench, right? Maybe Diaz, because these two, Jota and Nunez, are in such great form at the minute. Diaz is not far behind, you know, scoring last game, etc., and the assist. We want more from that from you, Diaz. Boo-hoo to those of you that have been slagging him off, saying that we should sell him. Absolutely insane. It's crazy. We should not be selling Diaz. Yeah, so it's going to be very interesting to see who makes way for Salah. The bench is going to be very competitive as well. Endo wants to get back onto the bench. Who's leaving? Who's going? who's going? Gravenberch is putting his bit in. You know, Harvey Elliott's doing his. Thiago's back. Thiago is back. Who's gonna leave the bench for Mr. Endo to get on? Guys, it's crazy. It's gonna be very tight. And you know, Salah's going to be coming back. Obviously, Matip is injured. But what happens when Tsimikas is back? What happens there when Tsimikas wants to jump back onto the subs bench or first team potentially with Robertson and Gomez in superb form? Well, Gomez especially, not so much Robinson. And you know, it's insane. I think we have a very, 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 very good squad of players. So yeah, that's kind of the bench that I think Klopp will put out. That's our injury list and a few others. Starting 11, I think Klopp is going to go with. My starting 11 personally, would I make any changes? Would I do anything? Oh, would I do anything? I think Gomez is very worthy of his position there, 100%. He's been immense. He's excellent. He's been solid. You know what? He's already got the mental edge over Saka. He's marked him 2 times now, and he's just shut him down. It's hey, you can't do more than that. So I think he plays just to, you know, really continue that, basically. VVD, Konate, we need Konate from Martinelli. Shut him down. You know, do as Konate does, the beast in there, doing what he does best. Trent, I think Trent's gonna play simply because I feel like he has the capability of those balls in behind. He'll be very dangerous with those long balls, deep lying passes, switching the play left to right. And if Nunez is on and Diaz is on, definitely cause them a problem on the counter attack. 100%. It could be a nasty if he does play. Saying that, if Trent isn't playing, and we have Bradley in there, you know, Bradley can get up and down the lines for sure. He's capable of whipping in a lovely cross. He's also capable of skinning a few players as well, as we saw against Chelsea. They're you know, ripped to their left back. Seriously, that was the kid. That was an immense piece of play. So yeah, I mean, but I think Arsenal are going to bring the pain, and I think they're going to want to camp in our half. And I just think getting in behind them, this man probably has the edge for me. And also the other thing is, if we are going to maybe sit deep, we will like to get on the ball. Obviously, we're Liverpool. We like to play ball, man. We like to, you know, move the ball around, get our players, you know, working, doing what they do best. But if we are going to sit deep, not because of our choice, but if we are forced to, just because of the way Arsenal play, they're at home, they're going to have the advantage. The crowd behind them, they're going to be on it. They're going to be super on it. It's going to be insane how on it they're going to be. It's going to be roaring. We cuss their, you know, their crowds and their noise or whatever, speakers. Yeah, we heard it all, but they're going to be ready. So we are going to be forced back, at least until we can settle into the game and the game really starts, you know, moving, you know, end to end, where we get more of the play, etc. We settle into it. So I think it's smart, because there will be no space in behind us, which means whoever's their winger, Trossard, Martinelli, there's no space in here, which is excellent, because, you know, I think Arsenal need us to come out, so it makes our defensive duties a little easier. As long as we don't concede from a dumb header early like we did last time, and then our backs was against the wall. We cannot concede early. We just can't. I think that is no. It's a massive no. Cannot concede early. Forget about that. Yeah, no, forget that. So I'm happy with that. And then we have Trent to distribute long as well, and we also have Van Dijk. Let's not get it twisted. Van Dijk can also distribute that ball in behind, and I think I could see something coming from one of those passes. I'm not gonna lie, one of those guys, I can see something coming. You know, it's a basic style. It's kind of hoof, but you know what? If it's going to be effective and it gets you the 3 points, that's all I care about right now. Literally, it's all I care about. So yeah, for me, Klopp's back 4. I think I'll stick with it. Alisson in goal. Yeah, why not? 100%, why not? McAllister, I've ranted on about him a little while ago. He's been immense. I wouldn't change him. There is nobody to change him for. I've always said in my early videos that when Gravenberch arrived, I've really liked Gravenberch. I thought that Klopp would probably try to mold him into more of a DM, just because he has a bit of the Fabinho about him. Hard to get off the ball, kind of always manages to kind of keep the ball at his feet. You know, it looks like he's going to lose it, but his little long leg just kind of recovers it. He has that little edge to him where he kind of, he just always kind of keeps control. The only thing is, at the moment, I think thinking about his next pass is his problem. Like, he receives the ball and he's like, where am I going? You need to have that for already, before you even receive the ball, have that next pass ready, waiting in your mind. Boom, out wide, boom, out wide, forward, in behind. Have it ready. You know where you're going to pull it. Hit the left back, hit the right back, drop it off to the centre back, move, you know, create the space, whatever it might be. And I think Gravenberch just gets caught up. But I would love to see him maybe in the future try to play in that DM role. A lot of people say he's more of a, you know, break the lines going forward. I can see that, I understand it. But I just think he has qualities as a DM which haven't quite been, you know, maybe unpacked as such. Whereas, you know, people say, oh, McAllister can't play in a DM role. McAllister is a CM. He's a centre midfielder. He could play left midfield or right midfield or DM. He's just that good. And I've said it in all my videos before, I'm not surprised, yeah, that he is starting to show quality. I mean, he's starting to show that he's even better than actual DMs, yeah. Caicedo, who else is there? Just to name some, you know, Casemiro, whatever, you know, or Casemiro's been there, done that. He's a legend. Yeah, if McAllister gets, you know, halfway to what Casemiro has achieved at Real Madrid, then, you know, but you know, he's a World Cup winner, so he's actually done it on the biggest stage of all. Casemiro has as well, but my point is that, you know, like McAllister, generally, if you're a midfielder, you know, you do have the understanding of how that position generally works, because even if you're a left midfielder, right midfielder, whether you're attacking, whether you're not, you do have to do that duty. You do have to. You could be like Henderson. Henderson was more of an 8, right? But Henderson used to play in a DM role, so he had experience of how you cut off passing lines, etc., etc. Don't tell me Jones, as what he is for us now, doesn't have any kind of understanding of how you play a DM role. We saw Jones in a DM role a little while ago. You know, someone was substituted, if I can't remember who it was, and he moved into the centre and he was playing in that DM role. Do not tell me. That's one thing with Klopp's midfield. All of them can generally rotate and cover each other's position, and all of them understand potentially each other's position, and that you all move and defend and work as a unit. It's still workhorse midfield. Yeah, it's still workhorse midfield. It's just one which has more talent in it now. So Bozolai is more talented than Henderson going forward, so you have that attacking prowess, yeah, within him. But he also has the height, he has defensiveness, he has the work rate, and he especially has the age on his side. So it makes sense. It makes sense. He's a carbon copy. He's just much better. His ceiling is way higher. You know, McAllister, he's got shades of Wijnaldum. The way he holds onto the ball, moves left, moves right, you know, jumps in with a tackle, steals the ball, intercepts. You know, Wijnaldum wasn't a DM, but you could say, you know, Fabinho was similar to the way McAllister plays, you know. Curtis Jones, you could say he's kind of like Fabinho as well, the way he holds onto it and moves it, you know, recycles play, you know, and they've all played with each other, you know, like, you know, Curtis Jones played with Wijnaldum, so, you know, it plays the same position as Wijnaldum played. So it's just creating a carbon copy of what we've seen, you know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It only makes sense. So for this here, I don't think I'll change any of these boys either, to be honest. I'm very happy with all of them. Last performance at Chelsea, I thought they was all immense. Superb, absolutely superb. Jota, do I change any of these? Jota, Diaz, Nunez. I mean, I don't want to just agree with Klopp's lineup, what I feel like Klopp is going to play. But it's hard to sort of say, nah, I'll change that one or I'll change that one. Nunez, as I said before earlier on in this video, this stream, he's wearing the big boot. He's got the big boot on his foot, so hopefully he is fit. Who comes in for one of these? It can only be Gakpo, really. Maybe Harvey, right wing. Nah, we don't really want to do that, I don't think. That's pretty much it, isn't it? So Gakpo, see, I chose Gakpo to start against Chelsea in the last video, only because I felt like they had THIAGO and they had, what was their centre back name? The black guy, I can't remember. Anyway, big, strong, physical, tough, and I just felt we needed a Gakpo in there, especially if Chelsea were to sit back. However, Poch for some reason pushed up and wanted to play a high line, which suited us absolutely fantastically. It was just perfect. I said in that video, if Chelsea sit back and defend, it will be like United at Anfield. It'll be difficult. There'll be trouble, and yeah, we'll struggle. But luckily, he didn't play that kind of way. If anything, we at times we forced them into defending, like with all they had. But yeah, we got a nice first half goal, and that really opened the game up. Scoring first against Arsenal is probably very important to us, in terms of how we want to play and our style of play. Do I go with Gakpo against Saliba and the other one? I don't know. Probably not. I think there's a lot of space in behind. There'll be a lot of space in behind, so I feel like it makes sense for these three. What would I do if NUNEZ doesn't start and he only makes the bench? I reckoned probably then maybe we go with Diaz left, Jota right, and then obviously Gakpo through in the middle. I think it only makes sense, and then we could bring on NUNEZ. You know what I mean? I'm sure we won't damage his foot in the last 10 minutes any more than it's already damaged. Listen, just jab him with an injection, he'll be alright, you know. And then we can then he can have a little bit of a rest before the next game. Maybe even be on the bench for the rest of the next game, and just give him 10 minutes or something while his footsie heals, you know, whatever it might be. But yeah, I think that'd be the only change I'd make if NUNEZ isn't really ready. Yeah, it's an interesting one. What else do we have? I think that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go with the score. What do we think the score is gonna be? What do I think the score is gonna be? I have a score in mind actually, and I'm gonna go over win. Yeah, I'm gonna go over Liverpool win. Just because I think this is a whole new, with the whole Klopp leaving, the whole whole push for this title. I just think it's a different Liverpool. Honestly, I think that it's gonna be insane. Obviously, I hope we win. I do hope if we can't bring this title home, Arsenal do win. I'll be honest, I do. I don't want City to win another one. Listen, I'd even take Tottenham. I don't hate Tottenham either, but Tottenham, Villa, you know, just not Man City. You know, just not Man City or Man United. They're not going to get one anyway, but you get the gist. So listen, I'm going to go with 3 to Liverpool, and then I'm going to go with 2 to Arsenal. So I do think we're going to win 3-2. I think it's going to be a chaotic game. I think it's going to be heart in mouth moments. Do I think we'll score first? Yeah, I think we're going to score first. I think Arsenal are going to equalise. I think Arsenal will go 2-1 up. Then I think we're going to equalise, and then I think we're going to steal it. Just because Arsenal are going to be really, really, really pushing at 2-2 to steal the game from us. We are. I don't want to draw. I want to beat them for many purposes. 1, rivalry, and 2, the fact that it just gets us away from City. We don't need to win. We can take a draw. So at worst, I guess I'll take a draw, but City are going to be 2 points behind us with a game in hand, and that will put them in front of us. So that would suck. So I don't really want to draw. There are many games to go, and I do think we will beat City at Anfield, because City won't come to Anfield just to draw. They will come to win, which will be their, you know, it'll probably be their kryptonite, you know, be their downfall as such. So yeah, I do think we're gonna win 3-2, hopefully, fingers crossed. My predicted man of the match. Who's gonna be my predicted man of the match? Who's gonna have a blinder? I would love to see THIAGO on at some point as well, definitely. But it just depends, you know. He ain't had no real you know, minutes. So it's gonna be, depends on how the game goes. If we're comfortable, 3-1, maybe 3-0, and he comes on last 10-15, yeah. But if it's not a game for him to return in, I understand, it makes sense. Anyway, my predicted man of the match. Who is due a blinder? Who's gonna take us? Who's gonna get us those 3 points? Who's gonna get us over the line? Are we going to be defensive? We might be. It's kind of been about their defense recently, hasn't it? It's Kanate. I'm gonna go with. I think I'm gonna go with this. Van Dijk, Gomez. I tell you how I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with this person. Hold up. Let me just find him. I'm gonna go with this guy. I'm gonna go with Kanate as my man of the match at the Emirates. I just think he was great. He was great before. He's been great recently. He was great alongside. Did he play? He did play alongside Kwanzaa. Was it Van Dijk and Kwanzaa? No, Van Dijk was sick. I remember he was ill. And then, yeah, so it was Kwanzaa came in from Van Dijk, and it was Konate, and he was brilliant in that game. So I think, yeah, he tends to turn up in these games, which is fantastic. Be it missing open goals, Konate, or saving goals at our end. But yeah, so that's going to be my man and predicted man of the match, my predicted score. Yeah, and I think that is going to be a wrap. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I've been Red Mist, LFC Ninja, and I'll see you in the aftermath, the full time. Hopefully there's been a lot of chit chat chit chat. Hopefully there's been a lot of crazy stuff happening, goals, fouls, red cards, yellow cards, lots of, you know, lots of stuff to talk about, one would want to say. But yeah, so I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Have a good day. God bless. YNWA.